All right, here with head football coach Steve Johnson, and the Royals are coming off a 31-0 win last Saturday over Gustavus. So, Coach, congratulations on the win. Definitely a game where it seemed like all three phases were really clicking. But I think that anytime you pitch a shutout, you got to start with the defense.
That's big, yeah. You know, the beautiful day. We had a crazy rainy week and 3 inches of rain, and Coach Frazier and some of his guys did just an amazing job. Josh Girth and Lance Myrick and all those guys, they don't probably get talked about very much, but behind the scenes, boy, we had some great work by those guys getting the field ready, and it was awesome, and had a great crowd, and it was a blast. But I agree with you, Bees. It's like we have this the three phases going, and that's critical, and you just can't control that all the time. But we did some good things, but the defense was probably what I was most pleased with was just the planning of our coaches, and then the guy implementing it with the guys, and the guys got to trust it and believe it and then execute it, and they really did a great job. And a great quarterback, really a great quarterback for the Gusties, was just I think they were 5 for 20. They had a couple drops, but they also a couple of those fives were like little dink passes because he couldn't find anybody open. So really proud of the front that applied the pressure, and then the defensive backs were amazing. And Trey Anderson, again, he kind of does some crazy stuff with a smile on his face, and it drives you nuts. But he's an amazing player.
Yeah. So some of the biggest plays of the day definitely came on special teams. Trent Substad was named the MIAC Special Teams Player of the Week. So what kind of emphasis do you guys put on special teams throughout the week?
Well, we put great. I'm going to mention a few guys here, but first of all, Trent Substad, we were jacked as coaches for him to get the Player of the Week, because defensively he was lights out, because he plays what we call a rush end, and he was putting great pressure on. He was doing, he'd make a mistake and come back from it and fix it and go, and so it was kind of a deserving honor, not just for his block, which was great, but some of his other things. So. Our emphasis on the special teams is probably as much as anybody that there is. And A.J. Parnell, who's our defensive line coach, it's called the Boneyard here at Bethel, he does a great job with those guys. And we call it the Special Ops Unit, and guys that take it seriously and just understand the huge impact in the game. And the reason he calls it Special Ops is he wants a low profile, high impact in our special teams, and that's what we had. And so sometimes you can have great special teams, and I think fans might not see this as much as coaches, but you can do everything right in the special teams and it doesn't go so well. Gustavus contributed to the first one. They had a botched snap, but we kind of kept that fever building, and then you block one, and then for the rest of the day the punters kind of shell-shocked and ducking, and it was good. But we just kept the pressure on. Our guys are being obedient, and sometimes, that's that deal. It's a lifetime thing, and it's what we talk about all the time, is that, you can do everything right and it doesn't work. Oh, man, that's a lot like life. And, we can't bank on those things, so you just have to stay steadfast, disciplined. It's for heart stuff, it's for work, it's for your spiritual walk. You're doing everything right, and God didn't bless me. Well, yeah, just wait, dude. Just stay in it,
Right. So definitely don't want to forget about the offense either. Quarterback Jaron Rossi was another MIAC Athlete of the Week from the offensive side. He had a very efficient game, looked like running and throwing for over 100 yards, but also had another 100-yard rusher in Sam Gibbous. I think as a total for the team, 251 yards rushing. So I think got to be pleased with that effort.
Yeah. We love to run the ball. We want to run the ball. We're pretty excited that I'm pretty sure people don't know how good our passing game is, and that's awesome, and I love it. And we want to be balanced. We feel like being balanced isn't 50-50. Being balanced is 1 week we're going to run for 250 yards to win, and another week we're going to throw for 50, so it's kind of take what they give you and all those things. But I can't, Jaron Rossi just gives you something. We've got a really good offensive line and good blocking stuff, and then you got this 6'3", 235-pound guy that can run, coming too, and it's like I wouldn't want to play defense on that deal. And And so he's doing a great job, and he's still learning. And the one thing is that, like, Jake Marsh is in that mix with him, and Jake is helping to teach. And those guys are, that iron sharpens iron, and it's not easy. That quarterback position is not like the left guard, and so, those guys together, that's our quarterback room, and it's a critical room, and they know that, and so they have to, again, stay steadfast and do things right. And so Jaron has a few things to work on and a few things to do, but he really played a great game. And the guys, our guys right now we're just playing together. And I know that winning sure helps chemistry,
right.
But we have a neat chemistry. The guys love each other, and it's authentic, and they're getting after it together, and it's fun as coaches and all of us to see.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, with that win over Gustavus, Bethel University football now has an all-time winning record in the whole history of the program, above 500 for the first time. I know in 1947, the very first year of Bethel football, I'm sure you remember that season quite well.
Yeah, it was -11.
So we started out 0-3, but never quite got above that 500 mark until now. So a pretty cool feat.
Yeah, really cool. I mean, I thought it was a great thing, kind of knowing just the history. And I remember when I came here, we had come off in the 80s. We had some great people and great foundation in there, but our football record was about 15-85 or something. And and in the 70s I played here, and we had a segment where we were pretty good. And then in the 60s, Owen Helene was our coach and did a great job. And a lot of those guys are still active in our school and caring about us. And it's a neat thing. There's a neat heritage. It's all got the base of the king in the mix of that. But just to know that our football tradition, wins and losses wise, wasn't very good for a long time. And to kind of be back into that 500 thing, it's pretty cool. It's kind of gratifying.
Yeah, it's awesome. So now looking ahead to Carleton this week, heading down to Northfield, a new coaching staff down there. But what's been the message this week?
The message is we want to go 1-0 every week. We don't really care who we're playing, aside from how they line it up. And Coach Darnell has done a great job with we're watching Carleton on film, and they look good. They're doing good things, and I think we have better players than they do, and all those different things. But that doesn't matter a bit.
Yep.
So you have to, and any coach that you really prepare for what's next, but you have to get better if you can each day, and it's one of the neat things about football, where you got this deal. And so we're going to put our stuff up against something that's maybe a little bit different, maybe similar, and so we just want to grow in our stuff and play our hearts out for one another. And again, hopefully we can complement each other in the phases.
All right. Yeah, well, thanks again for the time, Coach, and good luck down there on Saturday.
Yeah, it's my joy. Can't wait.